welcome to Get the Tea on Me Royalty. Hi, family, and welcome to Get the Tea on Me Royalty, and spiritual soul food, and also get a vegan womb is a magical womb. I think I'm gonna start doing. Well, we don't need to talk about that. So today I want to get on here and do an affirmation. I didn't really pick out an affirmation today. So today I want to get on here and pick out an affirmation. I didn't do an affirmation today, so let me fix my bra. Sure, oh, this is right. Hi, family, and welcome to Get the Tea on Me Royalty. I want to do an affirmation today. I know I haven't really been doing the affirmations lately, though I have an affirmation that I would like to do today. So I'm basically just going to open the book, and wherever it lands, that's where we land. Okay, so we landed on a chapter talking about self-acceptance. So this one says, we are our own most important source of recognition and appreciation. He who seeks for applause only from without has all his happiness in another's keeping. He who seeks for applause only from without has all his happiness in another's keeping. And that is by Oliver Goldsmith. These are so short. I think I'm gonna read a few. The other one says, from self alone, accept applause. It's kind of funny that I landed on this. And that is by Marion L. Burton. And then I'm gonna read one more. And this one says, you can enjoy encouragement coming from outside, though you cannot need it. Oh, it says, you can enjoy encouragement coming from outside, though you cannot need for it to come from outside. And that's by Vladimir Worskin. I hope I didn't chop his name up. And these really stand out to me. And you guys see that I just opened the book to where it fell. And so Spirit definitely need to tell that to me. And I don't know who else needs to hear that, because sometimes when we do things in our life, like me, when I do things, I do it because I have a passion for it, because it's fun to me. I do things because it lifts my spirit. It lifts my energy. It's fun for me. It's like it's a passion for me. I don't do things for applause. I don't do things so people can say, hey, look what she's done. Now, if you do that, that's fine. Though never should we be looking outside of ourselves for validation. Because half the people that we be looking for validation from haven't done half of what we've done. Though we care about these people, and we want for these people to look at us, in high stature, or to, at least celebrate us when we're doing things that is worth celebrating. Though you don't want that to be something that you need. Because then it comes, because when you need applause or validation from other people, that tells me that you have some inner childhood wounds that still needs to be healed. And because I am a healed royalty now, I'm a healed Venus. I don't, where I needed validation before, or for people to give me an applause, or just for people to give me confirmation that I'm on the right path. I don't need that anymore. It's like it is so beautiful what Spirit has done inside of me. And all of these, basically all of these affirmations pretty much, say the same thing, because it's all about self-acceptance. And so, basically, he who seeks for applause only from outside of himself has all his happiness in another person's keeping. Meaning, if you're looking for applause for someone, then that means that person controls your happiness. Because if you don't get that applause, then somehow you're feeling all discombobulated inside, and you're not feeling as if what you did was applause worthy. And then that was Oliver Goldsmith. And then the second one from Marion Burton says, from self alone, expect applause. Now, me, I can say, I'm spoiled rotten. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a spoiled baby. I love for, especially my mate, or even myself, to be, um, let's just say, I love to have my magic uplifted. I love for a person to see me in all of my light and applaud that. I love that. Though it's not necessary. What was that saying? From self alone, expect applause. And so, me and my ancestors in the spirit realm, we communicate so much. It's almost as if I speak to the spirits more than I speak to humans. Though, when I think about that, I know that, I am speaking to my higher self as well. I'm also speaking with my higher self. And so, I gauge myself by what my higher self, uh, basically will is acceptable. I applaud myself according to what is acceptable to my higher self, not my lower self. So basically, if my higher self doesn't see it as applause worthy, then I don't applaud it. And then I know I have more work to do. Though I have made it a habit to, even when I, finally got my cookbook out, it was just such an exciting feeling for me to just know that people could actually go and get it in, the three different forms, whether ebook, hard copy, or paperback. But then also that a project that I had been working on for so long was finally done. Even though I didn't have anybody really to celebrate with, I celebrated by myself, and I'm actually going to do a whole little celebration thing for myself where I'm going to get balloons and I'm going to, do a whole thing. But for now, I just did something small, and it was good enough for me. I partied with the ancestors, they were there while I was making my video, I made like a little short commercial for the book, just, something a little cute and funny and fun. And the ancestors helped me with that, because it was kind of like they were dancing with me, like, go girl, you did this, and it's so beautiful. Just to have that applause from the spirit realm, and to have that genuine applause from myself, from within. And so yeah, that's very important to know that you are that you are your best cheerleader. You are your best cheerleader. And then last but not least, it says you can enjoy encouragement coming from outside, though you must not need it to come from the outside. And that's by Vladimir Dworskin. Um, and that's kind of like what I was just saying. You can enjoy, of course, you want your mate to applaud you, your family members, your mom, your dad, you know what I'm saying? People that are important to you, you want them to applaud you. Though if they're not in a space of healing yet where they can do that comfortably without feeling intimidated or offended, or, whatever it is they feel, then you have to know that enjoying encouragement from outside is beautiful, though it shouldn't be something that is needed within your life. You should be able to move forward, smooth sailing, have a good life and experience joy in all that you do and all that you experience in all of your adventures. You find the highest vibrations. You should be able to float and fly through life. You should be able to float on a cloud nine. You should be able to float on a cloud nine without anybody's validation, anybody's applause, or anybody to tell you, what it is, or anybody to. What I can say is, do not allow a person to change your frequency, in regards to things that you're doing. Because let me see what time it is. I'm just gonna wrap this up, but. And when I published my book, I noticed that there was a lot of envy. And so people were saying things like underhanded, slick things. And, of course, I have 6 books on Amazon now. And everybody that I meet, like strangers and stuff, they be like, oh my God, that is such a huge thing. It's a big thing. But people who know you, they tend not to want to really applaud you, because it kind of makes them feel, what I've learned is people who have done something in their life and they felt like it was a big thing, and then you come behind them and you do the exact same thing, but you do it 10 times over. It kind of makes them feel like, oh well, what I did, it kind of makes them feel as if what they did, um as if they're accomplished. It kind of makes them feel as if their accomplishments doesn't mean as much anymore now that you have done the exact same thing. Say for instance, someone travels to um the furthest ends of the globe. Somebody travels all the way to, what would you say, Mars. Let's say someone travels to Mars, and they're, gung ho about, woo, I traveled to Mars, I had such a good time, I got to meet all these alien beings. And then they're feeling like a certain sense of leverage above everyone else because they went to Mars. And then here comes someone else, that was not even, didn't even have a spaceship. They didn't have a rocket ship. They didn't have a pot to piss in, the window to throw it out. And this person goes to Mars. And they do it just naturally. They didn't have to build a spaceship. They didn't have to build, uh, they didn't have to have a team. They just went to Mars. They might have just went because they astral traveled in their sleep and was in Mars and was able to experience everything that person who put in so much work was able to experience. And so when you do the same thing that other people do, when you accomplish the same things as others have accomplished, sometimes it gives them a sense of jealousy. Like, I was the only one that was supposed to be able to do that. And how are you going to be the black sheep and do everything that I'm doing? Everything. I mean, everything, and it's because, of the insecurity and the feeling that they have. It comes from a person not being healed from within, from not healing from their early childhood trauma. So they're always in competition with people. um and they definitely don't want the one that's called the black sheep to be exceeding all expectations, because now it makes them feel like, hey, what I've done must not be that much because she went and, took the world by storm and has basically exceeded all expectations. And so you got to just know that your applause is enough, because sometimes people have things going on inside of themselves that makes them not want to applaud you or want to keep seeing you in that old light, that old light where you used to be this and you used to be that. They want to keep you there because they felt like they had more leverage when you were in those boxes. But now that you're this superstar and you just pop it out everywhere, and everything everything is a sprinkle of glitter in your world. They don't want that. They want to see you back looking dusty, with dust all over your face, dust on your elbows and your knees, because they were able to feel as if they were above you, or as if they had some type of false leverage or superiority over you. And so I just say to everybody, just keep being the brightest star on your stage. Continue to be your biggest audience, your biggest cheerleader. Make sure that you are your biggest cheerleader. Make sure that you are your biggest cheerleader. Make sure when it comes to a round of applause that you are applauding the loudest. You know what I mean? Because it's all about what makes us happy inside. Like, I'm doing some projects right now. I'm happy when I'm doing these projects. I don't need nobody to like it. I don't need no one to love it. Just like my cookbook. I love designing that cookbook. I love, putting the recipes together. And actually, the way that I originally designed it looked better than the way it is now. The way that I had the picture situated in the recipes. But the person who helped me to design it with the borders thought that it would be more feasible to fit everything on the page if we did it another way. So we did it their way, though I love what I do, so I never need anyone else's applause. I'm having a ball over here applauding myself, me and my ancestors. So at the end of it all, you guys, I hope you guys was able to get something out of that. Be your biggest cheerleader, because at the end of the day, no matter what they say, in each and every single way, I am royalty. You are royalty. We are royalty, family, and I shall see you in a minute. Ashe.